is the head of the household. Let me say this one more time. I'm not sorry. I'm not repenting. I ain't repenting to you. Get me good now. The man is the head of the household. In this video, I'm talking to the men today about being the head of your household and being a provider. So welcome back to another episode of Side Hustle Inspiration. I'm gonna get pretty deep today for all you working men and you lazy bums that need to get up off the couch or get off of food stamps and welfare and turn your brain on and start being productive as a man. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, which is totally unscripted, the man is the head of the household. The man also has limitations, just like the woman does. But again, the man is the head of the household. And one of the limitations the man has as head of household is he is not supposed to be laying up under his unwed baby mama. He's not supposed to be laying up under his wife. Yet alone, he ain't supposed to be shacking up with a woman that he ain't married to. Yet alone, unemployed. That's right. I said it. Unemployed. Now, when I say unemployed, you're traditionally thinking he ain't supposed to be cooped up without a job. That's right. That's right. Unemployed meaning a job or a business. The man is the head of the household. And when the man is doing his job as head of the household, he is supposed to be the provider. A man who is married is either supposed to be employed with a real, honest job or have a business so that he can rightfully retain his status as head of the household in being a provider in continuity. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? All you men that are doing your job as the head of household, either with a job or your own business, I commend you. So this video really doesn't apply to you. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man, providing through your job or especially through your business, man, you're just going to sit back and laugh at this video. Or you may learn something from it. I don't know. But if you're already doing what you're supposed to be doing, man, forget it. This video don't even apply to you. You can just sit back and just watch it and just enjoy it. Because it don't apply to you. You're already doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? But as I mentioned, the man is supposed to be the provider. When he is married, get me good now. When he's married, his wife is not supposed to be working. One of the limitations of the man is that he has to go head over heels in making sure his wife is well taken care of, even if that means sacrificing the clothes off of his back or sacrificing his own luxuries to make sure she's good as much as he is or better than him. Another limitation of men is that after he pays 10% of his tithes first unto the Lord thy God, and he pays offering after tithes, that man is supposed to make sure his wife is good financially. He is obligated under spiritual marital law to be a provider to his woman. Another limitation of the man, as I mentioned, he is not supposed to be laid up under his woman, his concubine, flop down on the couch or flop down in the chair talking about he don't feel like going to work. Now, if you one of them men that you've been neglecting going out here getting to look for work, or you've been neglecting starting a side hustle, then this video is for you. Get me good now. Get me good. You are not supposed to be flopped down in a chair. You are not supposed to be flopped down in no couch if you are unemployed and a broke man, especially if you are married. If you had an unfortunate situation that happened where you wrongfully lost your job, you are supposed to be in those trenches looking for work. And the reason for that is because you are in marital prison. Am I right, I say? You're in marital prison. You're married to your first wife, and she's married to her first husband. You are spiritually obligated for the rest of your life until you are no more or she's no more. You are obligated to provide for her. She don't have to work. You are obligated to provide for her. And that doesn't mean giving your wife your entire paycheck when you get paid. But if you are wrongfully separated from your job, or you quit your job and you're flopped down on the couch or you're flopped down in a chair and you're not looking for work, this video is for you. What you need to do is change your thinking, go out and look for a job, something you can get, and work on building your side hustle. The good news about a side hustle is that you're never too old to start. The good news about a side hustle is you can start one with no experience. The good news about a side hustle is this is the secret sauce for lazy, unmotivated, overweight men, some with a bulging male waistline. Yes, I said a bulging male waistline. To use as a motivational tool, not only to build a business and to regain their mental, entrepreneurial, spiritual, and physical health, but to become a millionaire and to be an inspiration to others. Lazy men who are flopped down on the couch, flopped down in a chair, and you're not looking for work. I hope you're watching this video, because what you need to do is to change your thinking. Change the history of your human thought process. Go out and look for a job. And once you start working and after you pay your tithes and offerings first unto the Lord thy God, start using part of your paycheck. Some nosy people coming over here. They saw me from over there. She probably want to get closer to see what I'm doing, being nosy. She wants attention. You need to use part of your paycheck to build a side hustle. I hope they don't come over here and bother me. Starting a side hustle is the best way for anyone, whether you're motivated or lazy, to not only change the history of your human thought process, but to, most importantly, be a provider to your wife and your family. The good news about a side hustle is age, credit score, level of education, employment references, background check, all of that stuff doesn't matter in this line of work. What matters most is your willingness to change the way you think and to use your personal ambition to start a side hustle, doing something you love to do, whatever it is. Starting a side hustle online. My mouth is getting a little dry. Bear with me just one moment. Starting a side hustle, doing something you love to do on the internet, working on it, crafting it along the way, working in your own time, your own schedule, at your own pace, without feeling like you're in competition with anyone, and building it to a point financially of earning a decent living and being a provider to your wife and family. To you men that are lazy, you got a couple of baby mamas out there, you ain't paying your child support, you ain't trying to be nothing, you ain't trying to go to college, that thinking can change. That thinking can change. It's up to you to change it. If you fall within one of them categories, please know, and I'm telling you this in all humility, it is not too late to change the way you're thinking. The first thing you need to do is you need to make a change up here. Be open-minded to the point of being willing to change. Change your thinking. Change the way you look at life. Learn to have a greater respect for life. Most importantly, if you're broke and you flop down on the couch or in a chair and you're not currently looking for work, have the willing mindset. Set a small goal. Every day, well, not every day. Let's say out of the whole week. There's 7 days out of the week. 5 days out of the week, make it a habit. Once you wake up, say your morning prayers, right? After morning prayer, allot yourself about 2 hours a day. That's fair. It's pretty decent. 2 hours a day, right? You're gonna pound the internet, or you're gonna go visit your local Department of Labor, and you're gonna go look for a job, something you feel comfortable doing, or whoever's hiring. Let me just simplify. Whoever's hiring, correction. Take the first thing, smoking. As long as it's paying more than $8 or $10 an hour, because nobody realistically today can live on $10 an hour. With Russia, Ukraine, with China and Taiwan, with the old boy in New York, all of these are reasons for inflation, and ain't nobody living on no $10 an hour. I know I ain't living on no $10 an hour. I wish somebody would tell me that he only said paying $10 an hour and I got to do this. I wish somebody would tell me that. I'd respectfully tell you, go fly a kite. And that's a moreover reason to start your own business. If you're going through multiple job interviews and somebody keeps telling you they're not paying no more than this and paying no more than that, then you should use that as subliminal motivation to start a side hustle. But back to what I was saying. Allot yourself 2 hours a day to get a job. Something, if you can find something in the kind of field of work that you like to do, great. I'm all for it. As long as it's paying a decent, honest, hourly pay, go for the gusto. But while you're working that job, after you get the job, don't completely rely on that job for job security, because even though it may be the line of work that you like to do, there is no such thing today as job security. Anything can happen. And what happens? You're let go. You get a pink slip, you get a severance package, you may get set up to get wrongfully terminated. This is the moreover reason why you need to change your thinking as a man and start a side hustle. But before you start the side hustle, go out and get a job. It's not too late. It's not too late to turn into a responsible man. It's not too late, regardless of age, to go out here and start over. Go get yourself a job, even though it's just over broke. Go get a job and work. So this way you can get back into the mindset of productivity and, most importantly, being a provider to your wife and family, because you need a job. Because if you're married, your wife ain't supposed to be working. It's supposed to be you taking care of the wife. The woman don't have to work. Do you understand the seriousness of that? You ask a woman to marry you, and you're willingly laying around and you're not looking for work. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But you still got time to change the way you think. Go get a job so you can provide for your wife. A woman don't have to work, but if she wants to work, she has to ask your permission. I know a lot of women they're going to debate that. I know. But the woman don't have to work. She don't have to do it. You marry her. You got to take care of that woman for the rest of your life, buddy. You got to pay all that woman's bills. You got to pay all her bills. Now, when that woman says, I do, and she says, I'm your wife now, guess what? She got the full, complete, authentic, spiritual right not to work. And if she wants to flop down in the chair, if she want to flop down in the bed, and she want to sleep all day, and she want to do absolutely nothing at all, I mean nothing, if she just want to lay in the bed all day and be stinky, or she just want to lay in the bed fresh out the shower, if she want to lay around the house all day and do absolutely no work, guess what? That woman got the right to do that. And you got to pay all her bills. Now, all of a sudden, every time I pull out this camera, somebody always got to be walking close. Somebody always got to be pulling up. Now somebody else is looking at me. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he walk up to me. He looking. But anyways, just keep going. I hate when people come close to me. Every time I pull, it's like when I'm by myself and I don't pull out the camera, and nobody ain't paying me no attention like that. When I got the camera out, all people want to stand around, they want to gawk and stare, they want to ask questions, then they want to act like they walking the dog, and then they gonna come nearby and they want to let their dogs run up on me while I'm filming the YouTube videos. This is the stuff that I gotta go through. But anyways, back to what I was saying. The woman got the right to flop down in the chair. The woman got the right to flop down in the bed, be absolutely lazy, and she can do absolutely nothing for the rest of her life if she wants. If she don't want to work, she ain't got to work. She can be lazy for the rest of her life. However, you are obligated to take care of her, buddy. You are obligated to pay all of her bills, buddy. You are obligated to put money in her pocket all the time, buddy. And this is where the beauty of changing your mindset and a side hustle comes into play. Listen, let me tell you something, brothers. You can get very, very rich online. Not only by changing the way you think and by starting a side hustle, but also doing something, as I previously mentioned, that you love to do. Could you imagine going from a lazy man to being employed, productive, using part of your paycheck to fund your side hustle, and setting yourself up to become a near future side hustle millionaire? Believe it or not, it is possible for the everyday person. It starts right here. Laziness is a state of mind. Irresponsibility is a state of mind. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? Get me good. Get me good. Because the only thing I'm doing is telling facts. You lazy men need to get up and search the internet for at least 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, going on Career Builder, Indeed.com, there's simplyhired.com, there's ziprecruiter.com, there's glassdoor.com, there's your local Department of Labor website that has thousands of jobs posted on the Department of Labor job side of the website. So you have no more excuses for saying, I can't get a job. You got a phone, right? You got internet on your phone, right? Guess what? Your phone has Google on it, and you have a Gmail account. Yes, you do. Stop lying. Stop lying. You got a Gmail account. So therefore, you have access to free Google services like Google Docs, where you can use a blank Google Docs document to create and optimize an employment resume. Not only for the search engines, but you can also optimize a resume to submit through multiple job websites for potential interviews. You need employment first, then you need a side hustle. Don't do side hustle then employment, because that's backwards. Employment, you need a job. Realistically, you need a job, because you need the realistic, immediate source of income coming in to provide for your wife, to provide for your children, and to use a percentage of your paycheck to fund your side hustle. Then after you have your employment, you start work right away on building your side hustle. Whatever your side hustle is about, whether it's a video-based business on YouTube like this, or buying and selling out of thrift stores, whether you start a business on Amazon as an Amazon storefront, whatever you do it not with all your heart, because only the Lord thy God should have all of your heart. Do it from the heart. So don't do it with all of your heart, whereas, okay, this is not working out in the beginning, I'm not seeing the money that I want, I'm just going to go ahead and give up. No. You do it from the heart. Meaning, if this doesn't work out, okay, I'm not so emotionally vested in this that I'm going to give up on myself. And another reason why you should do it from the heart and not with all of your heart, because everything in the world is temporary, including me. Starting a side hustle is just an earthly thing. But it's also a great thing to start, because if you do a side hustle, doing something that you love to do, this automatically changes. This right here, this can be against you or for you. But it's up to you to make the choice. Your mind on the internet, building a side hustle, doing something that you love to do, can transform a lazy man who is flopped down on the couch looking for his wife to support him, which I am totally against. A woman shouldn't be supporting no man financially. The man is supposed to be the one financially supporting the woman. Now, if he comes into a temporary hardship, I could see her holding him down for a minute, sure. but not holding them down to the point where he's not actively seeking gainful employment and considering starting a side hustle. Holding the man down for a while, sure, I can see the woman doing that. A woman is a man's helpmate. She is his mate. She helps him to move forward, to succeed, because when you are married, you succeed together. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? So with that said, the man is supposed to be supporting the woman. If he's building a side hustle, doing something he loves to do, he can turn this into a walking bank. Let that marinate for a minute. I said it. This, a walking bank. And not only will he feel better about himself because he's employed and he's being productive building a side hustle in hopes of achieving more than being a provider for his wife and family, but now he got the confidence. He can feel good about himself. He's on his manly grind. He's on his purpose. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's providing. He's supposed to provide. A man is supposed to do everything for the woman. And no, I'm not looking for no wife. Get that out your head, man. You think I'm trying to court somebody, man? Go ahead. I just know the truth. Yeah, no, I'm not married. No, I don't have any kids that I know of. But I know the truth. I know if I ever get married, my wife, if I highly doubt it, but if I ever get married and she's working, oh no, I ain't having it. Unless she asks my permission if she can continue working, I'm telling her to quit a job. No, you gonna quit. That's an order. If she insists on working, she got to ask my permission. Because I know it's already instilled in me. I have to do it. I have to take care of all of her bills. I have to do it. She ain't even gotta say nothing. She ain't gotta ask me to pay for nothing. If I get married, I'm making sure I have not one side hustle, I got a couple of side hustles. I'm making sure as a man, I have multiple streams of passive income coming in online. Because if I ever get married, I don't want to be getting up going to, I ain't getting up going to no job. Heck no. No, sir. Get me good. I'm making sure my woman's staying at home. I'm making sure she ain't gotta work. I'm making sure all her bills are paid. And if we ever get married, not only am I going to ensure myself that I have multiple streams of income coming in, because I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing as a man in terms of providing for her. I'm gonna make sure my side hustles are good. These are side hustles that I can see myself doing for the next 10 to 20 to 30 years, because that's something that is in me to do. That's something that I'm comfortable doing up here. That's something I know it's not a fly-by-night get-rich-quick operation. And I'm gonna teach my wife the business of side hustles, because I know if I ever get married and become a married man, I cannot be flopped down in no chair. I cannot be flopped down in the couch. Broke. Yeah, I said it. Broke. Because broke is more than just financial. A man could be rich. Let me say this real quick, quick off topic. A man could be a billionaire and he's still broke. He's broken here and he's broken here. You ain't got God, you ain't got nothing. I ain't sorry. Order in the court. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Let me say this again. I'm not sorry and I'm not repenting. A man could be a billionaire. You ain't got God. You ain't got nothing. A man can also be financially rich and he ain't got nothing going on in here, and he ain't got nothing going on in here. If God ain't on your side, you ain't got nothing, regardless of how much tangible riches of this world you have. But back to what I was saying. I know as a man, I got to have multiple streams of income. I got to take care of all my wife's bills. Everything. Everything. And if I ever get married and she, you know, at the time she's retiring from her job and she got her own money, guess what? I'm still going to provide a full-time income for her. Her money, this is the understanding that I have, and I know this, her money is her money. That's hers. She worked for it. That's not her money to pay the mortgage on the house. That's not her money to pay my car note. That's not her money to buy me clothes. Now, if she wants to buy me clothes and she wants to do that of her own self without me saying anything to her, sure, I'm going to accept that. That's my wife buying me a gift. But I'm not going to say, oh, baby, I like that suit over there. Can you buy that for me? What do I look like as a man doing that? No, I'm the one as a man that's supposed to be having multiple streams of income as a productive man, as a productive side hustle entrepreneur. Baby, we walk around in the mall. I'm supposed to be bossed up financially to the point whereas as a man, a married man, if I was ever married, let me turn that crap off. I'm walking with my wife in the mall. If I see a outfit, a Polo Ralph Lauren outfit that I like, and oh, by the way, yeah, this is low. Yeah, this is, yeah, New York had to stay with that low, son. If we're walking past the Ralph Lauren store and the chances are 95%, I'm not gonna walk past the Ralph Lauren store and not go in there. I'm going in there. But let's just say, example, a parable. We walking past the Ralph Lauren store and I see a dress in the window that I like. Guess what? Light bulb goes off. Excuse me, she ain't gotta say nothing to me. Baby, you like that? You like that? Never mind how much it is. Never mind that. Baby, do you like that? You like it? It's yours. She ain't gotta ask me for it. Because I know as a man, I got to provide for her. And my wife, whomever she may be in the future, if I ever get married, she ain't got to say nothing to me. Because I already know, it's already instilled in me. I have to do it for her. I got to pay all her bills. I got to lavish her with gifts. Not just make ferocious love to her. That's not everything to life. I have to provide. And as a man, I know if I have to provide, this is where I have to have multiple side hustles. I have to have multiple streams of passive income. This is why I'm making this video as down to earth as possible for you lazy and unmotivated men, to let you know that you can change the way you think. And you can go from lazy to a millionaire. Yes, a millionaire online, but it's your choice. It's up to you. Change the way you think. Strategize. If you decide to start a side hustle, what is it going to be about? Do something you love to do. But before you start the side hustle, go and get a job first. Get a job. Build good, meaningful, sustainable relationships on that job, so you can ensure yourself some form of job security. And not just that, but so your mind and your character can grow. while you're holding down that job and you're working on changing the history of your human thought process through daily edits, then you can go into what kind of side hustle can I start? There's millions and millions and millions of dollars quietly waiting to be made on the internet every day. I just have to change this thing a little bit. It's a little lopsided here. And a side hustle can literally be started from nothing. Or a side hustle can be started doing something that you love to do as a hobby, turning that hobby into a business. Whether you like to draw if you like drawing, that's a side hustle. I saw someone drawing the other day. I'm not going to say any names. I saw someone drawing. I told this person, you draw well in so many words. That's a business. That's a business. Drawing could be a side hustle because all you need to do is just point the camera on a page and let people watch you draw the picture. That's a side hustle. And while they're sitting there watching the video, you can promote affiliate links in your video description. You could be generating sales just off of drawing with the camera pointed on you. I mean, it's so amazing, it's so ironic how a person can turn nothing into something as a side hustle online and change the way they think. This is why I'm encouraging all you lazy men, and you're laying up under your woman and you're expecting a woman to support you. No, buddy. You're supposed to be the one supporting the woman. If you're married to her and that's your first wife, if she's your second wife and your first wife is still living, you better get out that house and you better walk away from that second wife, because that's not your wife. Your first wife, who is still living, that's your wife, and that's the one that you're supposed to be providing for. And I am telling you the truth, buddy. So with that said, side hustles are today's new norm for generating healthy and steady streams of passive income, and side hustles are also the avenue for you to change the way you think in going from lazy to a future side hustle millionaire. If you find yourself in a state of mind right now whereas you're discovering yourself, you don't know how strong you are, take the first initial action step by being willing to change the way you think. Believe in yourself and go seek gainful employment. It is never too late to start over, fresh from scratch, by seeking gainful employment and starting a side hustle, your own business, the business of you. You're not too old. Another word for old, or another term for it, is gracefully seasoning. You're not too gracefully seasoned to go out and start a business. Because you could be 60 years old online starting a business, a side hustle, and still become a millionaire with no previous internet marketing experience. It's all in your head. Could you imagine going from a lazy man, whether you are unmarried with no kids or you're unmarried with kids, and going from lazy and just an average person to an online millionaire through side hustles? It can be you. So don't take what I said in the beginning of the video about you're broke and you flop down on the couch and you're laying up on the woman. Don't let that depress you. If you fall in that category, don't let that depress you. Let that motivate you, because you have to reverse engineer that psychology, and you have to dig deep in yourself to see, what am I truly made of as a man? This guy on this video, this crazy, semi-crazy sounding guy, he's really talking some real sense. And I don't have any kids that I know of, and I've never been married. Never been married. But I do have the understanding, as I mentioned, that if I ever get married, I have to provide for her. I have to have a plethora of side hustles. I have to have multiple streams of income. If I want to go out and buy my wife a Lamborghini, I want to be able to do that and still walk out that dealership with change in my pocket, even though I won't be paying in cash. You got to be a doggone heathen. You are the devil making all that noise, man. I just can't sit here and make this video in peace. It's always got to be somebody there. Anyways, I hope this video provided food for thought for you lazy men to get up off that couch or get out that chair and go look for a job, because ain't no woman supposed to be supporting you. You are supposed to be supporting the woman. You are the one that's supposed to be the provider. Side hustles allow you to do that. It allows you to express yourself entrepreneurially. Side hustles allow you to turn a small potato operation into an entrepreneurial labor of love and become a quiet online millionaire. Imagine this. Let me give you something to think about before I go. How would you feel if everyone who doubted you and knew you was broke, knew you from when you was broke in the past, they see you thriving down the line? You got a new car, you got a Ferrari, you got a Lamborghini, new car, you styling, you popping your collar on them. You're not doing it in their face, but you're doing it silently. You got side hustles, you're generating multiple streams of income. You're not out there being flashy, flashing wads of cash, but you're letting your image and you're letting your character speak to you for you without uttering anything out of your mouth. How would you feel if you was driving to the point where your doubters, they all feel stupid and they try to come running back, and they're now trying to speak and they're trying to be friends, they're trying to be cool with you again? You need to take all of that stuff from the past too and use that as subliminal motivation to start a side hustle. Any and everybody who doubted you, you need to prove them wrong. Do it because you want to do it, and do it not to make them feel stupid, but to use their motivation to capitalize off of them mentally, spiritually, entrepreneurially, and financially through side hustles. That's it. I'm getting up out of here. So I thank you for your precious time watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. I don't know. Just stick around. Hit that subscribe button wherever it is, over there. And don't forget to smash up that like button real good. Just smash it up real good. Hit the like button. I don't care if you hit the dislike button, but you better hit the like button. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, if you have feedback, you want to speak your mind, even if you want to tell me off, the YouTube comment section is below. Just want to thank you again for your precious time watching this video, where I inspire good working class people to change the history of the human thought process and going from ordinary to extraordinary. Just remember this: no matter how many hardships you've endured in your life, male or female, you can turn it all around. It starts here. Change your thinking. Change your thinking. Change your thinking. I'm a late bloomer. I think I am. I'm just now feel like I'm coming around. I'm just getting started. But I had a willing mind to change my thinking. And I'm seeing pretty good results. Even though I have a long way to go, I'm seeing pretty good results. And I'm passing the inspiration on to you. So once again, thank you so much for watching. And yes, this is Sean. Yes, that cat from Brooklyn. Yes. So on your way out, don't forget to smash the subscribe button wherever it is, this way or that way. And smash up that like button real good. Just smash it up real good. All right? Take care. Thank you for watching. Peace and blessings.